Set in the southern Indian state of Kerala, known more for tourism than business or industry, IIM Kozhikode was always going to be a unique proposition. The fifth of the eminent Indian Institutes of Management, set up by the Government of India. It is located in the midst of a 115-acre campus and, like all the IIMs, is installed with the best of facilities. Its stated goal is globalizing Indian thought. But what does this really translate to? And what makes IIMK stand out among management institutions in India and around the world? What values distinguish the institute and the leaders it produces?
An IIM by definition is an institution of excellence. And the mandate therefore is how does one balance the need for excellence and the need for equity, which is why IIMs have come into existence in the numbers that they have come. The so-called late entrants come with that mandate. How do you balance these forces, equity and excellence? And what we did was fundamentally, we brought in inclusion, 35% women in first ever IIM to do this. We cut back fees by 30,000 rupees so that cost to students would be less. We did bring in digital media. We started on-site learning before any other IIM could think of it. So all these evolved out of our unique geography, our unique history, our unique constraints.
We are rather different, not only in terms of our teaching methodologies, but also in terms of our national character. So unlike an engineering college, we are not trying to train our students to be a part of a very structured business process. What is more important beyond becoming a good salesman is an ability to perceive things that are there in the environment and make judgments which would add value to the business organizations.
Working towards bringing the best of global leadership thought to India, IIMK has over the years established a network of international relationships. It is the first IIM in India to have received the prestigious Association of MBAs accreditation, has partnered with Yale University to develop programs in leadership education, and has tie-ups with almost 30 foreign B schools.
So we have a curriculum which is benchmarked against the best in the world. We have a student-centric culture where the students are encouraged to come prepared to the class. They are able to and they are asked to contribute actively to the class discussions and enable each other's learning.
There's a lot of peer learning that's involved in the MBA curriculum, and it helps a lot that we have people from various diverse backgrounds. So it's, at the end of the whole 2-year program, we feel that we'll be enriched because there's something new that we can learn from each other.
Coming from a commerce background, I was always with people with a similar bent of mind. Coming here, when I was interacting with people from various backgrounds, gave me a totally different perspective of looking at things. And this, I think, has structured and unstructured my learning in a lot of ways.
We get to work with doctors, with economists, with engineers, and that is what creates a very rich learning environment for us.
However, the role of educating tomorrow's leaders extends to areas that go beyond the scope of traditional management education. It includes inculcating social and environmental responsibility and taking part in wider dialogues about governance and leadership.
The fundamental value that we are seeking to create is to have a good human being go out of our campus. That's fundamental. And so we just don't need a competent manager, we need a competent manager who is also compassionate. And so if you ask me what would be the typical IIMK response to understanding management anew and differently from how it was done so far, is to build in the minds and hearts of our students a certain sensitivity, a deep awareness of what it means to live in a small town, live in the villages, live in a little tribal hut. And these things will inform their decision making.
Basically, the course content is not only on finance, marketing or operations, which are considered to be the core subjects, but we also look into other aspects of the business, the society, the environment, So this makes it really a holistic curriculum.
There are a number of things that we do around campus, which includes a social development project, which is not something which is undertaken by any other B school in the country. This in turn helps us in becoming socially aware, and at the same time it also kind of inculcates a social entrepreneurial spirit in us.
The social development project is a mandatory component of the postgraduate program in management. Students will have to go to the community, try to understand some of the issues they are facing and come up with innovative solutions for these problems. And to address the issue of social inclusion, IIMK has incubated a Center of Excellence in collaboration with the Government of Kerala during 2002 to 2008, basically to develop the competitiveness of students from backward communities.
IIMK taps into the best of contemporary thought and expertise to nurture the next generation of leaders.
Besides the social aspect, we also have a lot of international exposure. For example, I had gone for a foreign exchange program and I had gone to Denmark, and we have around 80 students going this year to colleges across the globe, and students from those countries coming to our college.
We want our students to have practical wisdom along with theoretical one. So humanities and liberal arts is the latest addition to our curriculum. We thought that management education would be incomplete without taking lessons from, say, literature, sociology, psychology, history.
The Indian Business Museum, which has recently been opened at IIMK, is a unique initiative among such institutions. It covers various periods, starting from ancient India, going through colonial India, and coming into post-independent India. Now, the idea behind this is that students who are getting into the business world of India must be sensitized to the past and to the evolution of the very companies sometimes in which they are going to work, and be aware that India has a rich commercial and mercantile history.
I have designed a course, Management Energy Systems, just like Management Information Systems, and I am looking forward to teaching it here. IIM affords the ability to do research both in terms of journal as well as industry access, as well as can be available anywhere else in the world. And it is a wonderful opportunity for me to work in this cutting edge global area, and I am enjoying doing it.
IIM Kozhikode is already an established and an important destination for the working executives. By way of pioneering this interactive distance learning program, it has already made a mark in the executive education space.
As far as the pedagogy is concerned, we basically make use of case studies, simulations, and in order to make learning more easy and to keep the students abreast with the latest happenings, we also bring in inputs from the research that we are handling.
Finally, the lasting impression that visitors to IIM Kozhikode are left with is of a beautiful campus that provides a wonderful environment for contemplation and fruitful labor.
As a crow flies, we are 30 minutes away from the Arabian Sea and about 45 minutes uphill drive to the Wayanad Mountains. The moment a student comes out of the classroom experience, what he or she has a chance to do is to reflect, to see the vast expanse right in front. And that opens up the mind. Now, these things are so difficult to describe. You can only come here and experience it. And that experience will tell you that the greatest gift that you can give to a manager, particularly manager of tomorrow, is a gift of reflection, is an enriched mind, is an enhanced vision, is an extraordinary comprehension of their universe, so that they can see the large picture. And from there, they can come to their specific context, their specific problems, and make a decision that is sustainable, that is far-reaching, that has an impact which endures.